I remember, Arden, it was upon this fashion. My father bequeathed me by will but poor 1,000 crowns, and as thou sayest, charged my brother on his blessing to breed me well. And there begins my sadness. My brother Jaques, he keeps at school, and report speaks goldenly of his profit. For my part, he keeps me rustically at home. Or to speak more properly, stays me here at home unkept. For call you that keeping, for a gentleman of my birth that differs not from the stalling of an ox. His horses are bred better, for besides that they are fair with their feeding, they are taught their manage, and to that end riders dearly hired. But I, his brother, gain nothing unto him but growth, for the which his animals and his dunghills are as much bound to him as I. Besides this nothing that he so plentifully gives me, the something that nature gave me, his countenance seems to take from me. He lets me feed with his hinds, bars me the place of a brother, and as much as in him lies, mines my gentility with my education. This is it, Arden, that grieves me. And the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it. Though yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Yonder comes my master, your brother.
Go apart, Arden, and I shall hear how he will shake me up.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing! I'm not taught to make anything.
What mar you then, sir?
Marry, sir, I'm helping you to mar that which God made, a poor, unworthy brother of yours with idleness.
Marry, sir, be better employed and be naught a while.
Should I keep your hogs and eat husks with them? What prodigal portion have I spent that I should come to such penury? Sir, very well here in your orchard.
Know you before whom, sir?
I, better than him I am before, knows me. I know you are my eldest brother, and in that gentle condition of blood you should so know me. The courtesy of nations allows you my better in that you are the firstborn, but the same tradition takes not away my blood were the 20 brothers betwixt us. I was much of my father in me as you, albeit I confess your coming before me is nearer to his reverence.
What, boy?
Oh, elder brother, you're too young in this.
Wilt thou lay hands on me, villain?
I am no villain! I'm the youngest son of Sir Rowland de Boys. He was my father, and he is thrice a villain and says such a father begot villains. Wert thou not my brother, I would not take this hand from thy throat till this other had pulled out thy tongue for saying so. Hast railed on thyself!
Masters, be patient. Your father's remembrance be at a call.
Let me go, I say!
No, not till I please you shall hear me. My father charged you in his will to give me good education. You have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding from me all gentlemanlike qualities. The spirit of my father grows strong in me, and I will no longer endure it. Therefore, allow me such exercise as may become a gentleman, or give me that poor lottery my father left me by testament. With that, I will go buy my fortunes.
And what wilt thou do? Beg, when that is spent. Well, sir, get you in. I will not long be troubled with you. You shall have some part of your will. I pray you leave me.
I will no further offend you than becomes me for my good.
Get you with him, you old dog.
Is old dog my reward? Most true, I've lost my teeth in your service. God, though with my old master, he would not have spoke such a word.
Is it even so? Begin you to grow on. I will physic your rankness, and yet give no 1,000 crowns neither. Holla, Dennis. wrestler here to speak with me.
So Bonjour, he is here, at the door, and importunes access to you.
Call him here. It will be a good way. And tomorrow the wrestling is.
Good morrow to your worship.
Good, Monsieur Charles. What's the new news at the new court?
There's no news at the court, sir, but the old news. That is, the old duke is banished by his younger brother, the new duke, and 3 or 4 loving lords have put themselves into voluntary exile with him, whose lands and revenues enrich the new duke. Therefore he gives them good leave to wander.
Can you tell if Rosalind, the duke's daughter, be banished with her father?
Oh, no. For the duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her, being ever from their cradles bred together, that she would have followed her exile, or have died to stay behind her. She is at the court, and no less beloved of her uncle than his own daughter, and never 2 ladies loved as they do.
Where will the old duke live?
They say he is already in the forest of Arden, and a many merry men with him, and there they live like the old Robin Hood of England. They say many young gentlemen flock to him every day, and fleet the time carelessly, as they did in the Golden World.
What, you wrestle tomorrow before the new duke?
Marry do I, sir? And I came to acquaint you with the matter. I am given, sir, secretly to understand that your younger brother Orlando hath a disposition to come in disguise against me to try a fall. Tomorrow, sir, I wrestle for my credit, and he that escapes me without some broken limb shall acquit him well. Your brother is but young and tender, and for your love I would be loath to foil him, as I must for mine own honour if he come in.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love, which thou shalt find I will most kindly requite. I had myself notice of my brother's purpose herein, and have by underhand means laboured to dissuade him from it. But he is resolute. I tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest young fellow of France, full of ambition, an envious emulator of every man's good parts, a secret and villainous contriver against me, his natural brother. Therefore use thy discretion. I had as lief thou didst break his neck as his finger. And thou wert best look to it. For if thou dost him any slight disgrace, or if he do not mightily grace himself on thee, he will practice against thee by poison. Entrap thee by some treacherous device, and never leave thee till he hath taken thy life by some indirect means or other.
I'm heartily glad I came hither to you. If he comes tomorrow, I'll give him his payment. If ever he go alone again, I'll never wrestle for prize more. And so, God keep your worship. Farewell.
Good child. Now will I stir this gamester. I hope I shall see an end of him. For my soul, yet I know not why, hates nothing more than he. Yet is gentle, never schooled and yet learned, full of noble device, of all sorts enchantingly beloved. And indeed so much in the heart of the world, and especially of my own people who best know him, that I am altogether misprized. But it shall not be so long. This wrestler shall clear all. Nothing remains but that I kindle the boy thither, which now I'll go about.
I pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my cause, be merry.
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I'm mistress of, and would you yet I were merrier. Unless you could teach me to forget a banished father, you must not learn me how to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
Well, herein I see thou lovest me not with the full weight that I love thee. If my uncle, thy banished father, had banished thy uncle, the Duke so thou'st been still with me, I could have taught my love to take thy father for mine. So wouldst thou, if the truth of thy love to me was so righteously tempered as mine is to thee.
Well, I will forget the condition of my estate to rejoice in yours.
You know my father hath no child but I, nor none is like to have, and truly, when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. For what he hath taken from thy father perforce, I will render thee again. In affection, by mine honour I will. And when I break that oath, let me turn monster. Therefore, my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be merry.
From henceforth I will, cousin, devise sports. Let me see. What think you of falling in love?
Oh, marry, I prithee do to make sport withal. But love no man in good earnest, nor no further in sport neither, than with the safety of a pure blush thou mayst in honour come off again.
What shall be our sport then?
Let us sit and mock the good housewife Fortune from her wheel, that henceforth her gifts may be bestowed equally.
I would we could do so, for her benefits are mightily misplaced. And the bountiful blind woman doth most mistake in her gifts to women.
Oh, 'tis true. For though she makes fair, she scarce makes honest, and though she makes honest, she makes very ill-favouredly.
Nay, now thou goest from Fortune's office to Nature's. Fortune reigns in gifts of the world, not in the lineaments of nature.
No, when nature hath made a fair creature, may she not by fortune fall into the fire. Though nature hath given us wit to flout at fortune, hath not fortune sent in this fool to cut off the argument? How now, wit, whither wander you?
Mistress, you must come away to your father.
Where you made the messenger?
No! By mine honour, but I was bid to come for you.
Where thou do that oath?
Of a certain knight that swore by his honour they were good pancakes, and swore by his honour the mustard was naught. Though I'll stand to it, the pancakes were naught and the mustard was good, and yet was not the knight forsworn.
Well, how prove you that in the great heap of your knowledge?
I marry now, unmuzzle your wisdom.
Well, stand you both forth. Now, stroke your chins and swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we had them, thou art.
By my knavery, if I had it, then I were. But if you swear by that is not, you are not forsworn. No more was this knight, swearing by his honour, but he never had any. Or if he had, he'd sworn it away before ever he saw those pancakes or that mustard.
Prithee, who is it thou meanest?
Well, that old Frederick, your father, loved.
My father's love is enough to honour him. Enough to speak no more of him. You'll be whipped for taxation one of these days.
The more pity that fools may not speak wisely, while wise men do foolishly.
By my troth, I say it's true. For since the little wit that fools have was silenced, the little foolery that wise men have makes a great show. Here comes Monsieur Le Beau.
His mouth full of news.
But you will put on us as pigeons who leave their young.
Then shall we be news, crowd.
All the better, we shall be the more marketable. Bonjour, Monsieur Le Beau. What's the news?
Fair princess, you have lost much good sport.
Of what colour?
What colour, madam? How shall I answer you?
As wit and fortune will.
Or as the destiny's decree?
Well said. That was laid on with a trowel.
Nay, if I keep not my rag,
Loses thy old smell.
You amaze me, ladies.
Oh!
I would have told you a good wrestling which you have lost the sight of.
Yet tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and if it please your ladyship, you may see the end. There comes an old man and his 3 sons, 3 proper young men of excellent growth and presence. The eldest of the 3 wrestled with Charles, the Duke's wrestler, which Charles in a moment threw him and broke 3 of his ribs, and there is little hope of life in him. So he served the 2nd, and so the 3rd. Yonder they lie, the poor old man their father, making such pitiful dole over them that all the beholders take his part with weeping.
Allah.
But what is the sport, monsieur, that the ladies have lost?
Why, this that I speak of.
Thus men may grow wiser every day. It's the first time I've heard breaking of ribs was sport for ladies.
I promise you.
But is there any else longs to see this broken music in his sides? Is there yet another dotes upon rib breaking? Shall we see this wrestling, cousin?
You must if you stay here, for here is a place appointed for the wrestling, and they are ready to perform it.
Yonder saw they're coming. Let's no stay and see it.
entreated his own peril on his forwardness.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madam.
Alas, he's too young. Yet he looked successful.
Now, daughter and cousin, are you crept hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege, so please you give us leave.
You will take little delight in it, I can tell you. There is such odds in the man. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would fain dissuade him, but you will not be entreated. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Well, call him hither, good Monsieur Le Beau.
I'll not be by.
This is the challenger. The princess calls for you.
I attend them with all respect and duty.
Young gentleman, have you challenged Charles the Wrestler?
No, fair princess. He is the general challenger. I come but in, as others do, to try with him the strength of my youth.
Young gentleman, your spirits are too bold for your years. You've seen cruel proof of this man's strength. If you saw yourself with your eyes, or knew yourself with your judgment, the fear of your encounter would counsel you to a more equal enterprise. We pray you, for your own sake, to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt.
Do, young sir, your reputation shall not therefore be misprized. We will make our suit to the Duke, that the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts, wherein I confess me much guilty to deny so fair and excellent ladies anything. But let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial, wherein, if I be foiled, there is but one shame that was never gracious. If killed, but one dead that is willing to be so.
Little strength I have, I would it were with you.
And mine, to eke out hers.
Fare you well. Pray heaven I be deceived in you.
Your heart's desire to be.
Come, where is this younger lad who is so desirous to lie with his mother earth?
Ready, sir, but his will has in it a more modest way.
You shall try, but one full.
No, I want your grace. You shall not entreat him to a second, that have so mightily persuaded him from a first.
And you mean to mock me after? You should not have mocked me before, but come your way.
Now, Hercules, be thy speed, young man.
I'm not yet well breathed.
Oh, I would I were invisible to catch the strong fellow by the leg.
Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Bear him away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Ronald the boys.
I would thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, but I did find him still mine enemy. Thou shouldst have better pleased me with this deed, hadst thou descended from another house. But fare thee well. Thou art a gallant youth. Would thou hadst told me of another father?
Were I my father, would I do this?
I'm more proud to be Sir Ronald's son, his youngest son, and would not change that calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Rowland as his soul, and and all the world was of my father's mind. Had I before known this young man, his son, I should have given him tears unto entreaties ere he should thus have ventured.
Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious disposition sticks me at heart. Sir, you have well deserved. If you do keep your promises in love, but justly, as you have exceeded all promise, your mistress shall be happy.
Gentlemen, wear this for me. One out of suits with fortune that could give more, but that her hand lacks means. Shall we go, cousin?
Fairly well, fair gentlemen.
Had I not said, I thank you. My better parts are all thrown down, and that which here stands up is but a quintain, a mere lifeless block.
He calls us back. I quite full of my fortunes. I'll ask you what you do. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well, and overthrown more than your enemies.
Will you go, Count?
Have with you. Fare you well.
What passion hangs these weights upon my tongue? I cannot speak to her. Did she urge conference? Or poor Orlando, thou art overthrown. Or Charles, or something weaker masters thee.
Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this case, albeit you have deserved high commendation, true of cause and love, yet such is now the Duke's condition that he misconstrues all that you have done. The Duke is humorous. What he is indeed more suits you to conceive than I to speak of.
I thank you, sir. And I pray you, tell me this. Which of the two was daughter of the Duke that here was at the wrestling?
Neither his daughter if we judge by manners, but yet indeed the smaller is his daughter. The other is daughter of the banished Duke, and here detained by her usurping uncle to give his daughter company, whose loves are dearer than the natural bond of sisters. But I can tell you that of late this Duke hath taken displeasure against his gentle niece, grounded upon no other argument but that the people praise her for her virtue, and pity her for her good father's sake. And on my life, his malice against the lady will suddenly break forth. Sir, very well. Hereafter, in a better world than this, I shall desire more love and knowledge of you.
I rest much bounden to you. Fare you well. Thus, must I from the smoke into the smother, from tyrant Duke unto a tyrant brother. But heavenly Rosalind,
Why, Rosalind, you would have mercy, not the word, not one to throw at a dog.
Thy words that you preciously cast away upon curves, come through some of them at me, come lame me with reasons.
Then there were two cousins laid up, when the one should be lamed with reasons and the other mad without any.
But is all this for your father?
No, some of it is for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world.
Oh, they're but burrs, cousin, thrown upon the holiday foolery. If we walk not in the trodden paths, our very petticoats will catch
I could
them.
shake them off my coat. These burrs are in my heart.
Hem them away.
I would I could cry hem and have him. Come, come. Wrestle with our affections. Take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
Oh, good wish upon you. You'll try in time, in spite of a fall. But turning these jests out of service, let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible, on such a son, who should fall into so strong a liking with old Sir Roland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Nothing therefore ensued that you should love his son dearly. And this kind of chase I hated. For my father hated his father dearly. Yet I hate not Orlando.
No, Faith, hate him not for my sake.
Why should I not? Doth he not deserve well?
Let me love him for that, and do you love him? Because I do. Look, here comes the Duke.
With his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, uncle.
You, cousin. Within these 10 days, if that thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace, let with the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If with myself I hold intelligence or have acquaintance with mine own desires, if that I do not dream or be not frantic, as I do trust I am not, then, dear uncle, never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your
And
highness.
thus do all traitors. If their purgation did consist in words, they are as innocent as grace itself. And let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me what on the like you would do.
Thou art thy father's daughter, there's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dukedom, so was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord. What if we did derive it from our friends? What's that to me? My father was no traitor. Then, good my liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Aye, Celia, we stayed her for your sake, else had she with her father ranged alone.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was your pleasure and your own remorse. But I was too young that time to value her. But now I know her. If she be traitor, why so am I. We still have slept together, rose at an instant, learned, and played together. And wheresoever we went like Juno's swans, still we went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. And her smoothness, her very silence, and her patience speak to the people, and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name, and thou wilt show more bright and seem more virtuous when she is gone. Then open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You niece, provide yourself. If you outstay the time upon mine honor and in the greatness of my word, you die.
My poor Rosalind, whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I will give thee mine. I charge thee, be not thou more grieved than I am.
I have more
Thou
cause.
hast not, cousin. Prithee be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, hath not. Rosalind lacks then the love which teaches thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No. Let my father seek another heir. Therefore devise with me how we may fly, whither to go, and what to bear with us, and do not seek to take your change upon you, to bear your griefs yourself, and leave me out. For by this heaven art our sorrows paid. Say what thou canst. I go along with thee.
Why? Whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger will be to us maids as we are to travel forth so far?
I put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a kind of umber smirch my face. The like do you, and so shall we pass along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better, because that I am more than common tall, that I did suit me at all points like a man, and gallant acts upon my thigh, a boar spear in my hand, and in my heart lie there what hidden woman's fear there will. We'll have a swashing and a martial outside, as many other mannish cowards have that do outface it with their semblances.
What shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse a name than Jove's own page. And therefore look you call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Aliena.
Cousin, what if we essay to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our child?
He'll go on a wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Let's away and get our jewels and our wealth together and devise the best time and safest way to hide us from the suit that will be made after my time. Now go we in content to liberty and not to banishment.
Can it be possible that no man saw? There cannot be. Some villains of my court are of consent and sufferings in this.
I cannot hear of any that did see her. The ladies, her attendants of her chamber, saw her bed. And in the morning early, they found the bed untreasured of their mistress.
My lord, the Roynish clown at whom so oft your grace was wont to laugh is also missing. Hesperia, the princess gentlewoman, confesses that she secretly o'erheard your daughter and her cousin much commend the parts and graces of the wrestler that did but lately foil the sinewy Charles. And she believes, wherever they are gone, that youth is surely in their company.
Send to his brother. Fetch that gallant hither. If he be absent, bring his brother to me. I'll make him find him. Do this suddenly! And let not search any position quail, but bring again these foolish runaways.
Who's there?
My young master. Oh, my gentle master, my sweet master. Oh, you memory of old Sir Roland. Why, what make you here? Why are you virtuous? Why do people love you? Wherefore are you gentle, strong, and valiant? Why would you be so fond to overcome the bonny prizer of the humorous duke? Your praise is come too swiftly home before you.
Why, what's the matter?
O unhappy youth, come not within these doors. Within this roof, the enemy of all your graces lives. Your brother, no brother, hath heard your praises, and this night he means to burn the lodging where you used to lie, and you within it. If he fail of that, he will have other means to cut you off. I overheard him and his practices. This is no place. This house is but a butchery. Abhor it, fear it, do not enter it.
Why, whither, Adam, wouldst thou have me go?
Oh, no matter whither. So you come not here.
What, wouldst thou have me go and beg my food? Or with a base and boisterous sword and force a thievish living on the common road? This I must do. Or know not what to do. Yet this I will not do how I can. I'd rather go subject me to the malice of a diverted blood and bloody brother!
Do not so. I have 500 crowns, the thrifty hire I saved under your father, which I did store to be my foster nurse when service should in my old limbs lie lame, and unregarded age in corners thrown. Take that. He that doth the ravens feed, yea, providently caters for the sparrow, be comfort to my age. Here is the gold. All this I give you. Let me be your servant. Though I look old, yet I am strong and lusty. For in my youth I never did apply hot and rebellious liquors in my blood, nor did what with unbashful forehead woo the means of weakness and debility. Therefore, my age is as a lusty winter, frosty, but kindly. Let me go with you. I'll do the service of a younger man in all your business and necessity.
Oh, good old man, how well in thee appears the constant service of the antique world, when service sweat for duty, not for meal. Thou art not for the fashion of these times, where none will sweat but for promotion, and having that do choke their service up even with the having. It is not so with thee. But poor old man, thou prunest a rotten tree, that cannot so much as a blossom yield in lieu of all thy pains and husbandry. But come thy ways. We'll go along together. And ere we have thy youthful wages spent, we'll light upon some settled low content.
Master, go on, and I will follow thee with the last gasp with truth and loyalty. From 17 years till now almost 80, here live I, but now live here no more. At 17 years, many that fortune seek, but at 80, it's too late to weep. Yet fortune cannot recompense me better than to die well, and not my master's debtor.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, as the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter wind, which when it bites and blows upon my body, even till I shrink with cold, I smile and say, this is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. And this our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything.
I would not change it. Happy is your grace that can translate the stubbornness of fortune into so quiet and so sweet a style.
Come, shall we go and kill his venison? And yet it irks me, the poor dappled fools, being native burghers of this desert city, should in their own confines with forked heads have their round haunches gored.
Indeed, my lord, the melancholy Jaques grieves at that, and in that kind swears you do more usurp than doth your brother that had banished you. Today, my lord of Amiens and myself did steal behind him as he lay along under an oak, whose antique roof peeps out upon the brook that brawls along this wood, to the which place, A poor sequestered stag that from a hunter's aim at tame a herd did come to languish. And indeed, my lord, the wretched animal heaved forth such groans that their discharge did stretch his leathern coat almost to bursting, and the big round tears coursed one another down his innocent nose in piteous chase. And thus the hairy fool, much marked of the melancholy Jaques, stood on the extremest verge of the swift brook, augmenting it with tears.
But what said Jaques? Did he not moralize this spectacle?
Oh, into 1,000 similes. First for his weeping into the needless stream. Poor dear, quoth he, thou makes a testament as worldlings do, giving thy sum of more to that which had too much. Then being there alone, left and abandoned of his velvet friends, it is right, quoth he, thus misery doth part the flux of company. Anon a careless herd, full of the pasture, leaps along by him and never stays to greet him. Aye, quoth Jaques, sweep on, you fat and greasy citizens, 'tis just the fashion. Wherefore do you look upon that poor and broken bankrupt there? Thus most invectively he pierceth through the body of the country, city, court, yea, and of this our life, swearing that we are mere usurpers, tyrants, and what's worse, to fright the animals and kill them up in their assigned and native dwelling place.
And did you leave him in this contemplation?
They did, my lord, weeping and commenting upon the sobbing tears.
Show me the place. I love to cope him in these sullen fits, for then he's full of matter.
I'll bring you to him straight. Oh, Jupiter, how weary are my spirits.
I can't offer my spirits if my legs were not weary.
I could find it in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and cry like a woman. But I must comfort the weaker vessel, as doublet and hose ought to show itself courageous to petticoat. Therefore, courage, good Aliena.
I beg you pardon me. I cannot go no further. Pray you bear with me.
For my part, I'd rather bear with you than bear you. Then I shall bear no cross if I did bear you, for I think you have no money in your purse.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
Aye. Now am I in Arden. The more fool I. When I was at home, I was in a better place. But travellers must be content.
I be so good, Touchstone. Look you who comes here. A young man and an old in solemn talk.
Oh, Corinth, that thou knewest how I do love her.
I partly guess, for I have loved there now.
No, Corinth, being old, thou canst not guess. Though in thy youth thou wast as true a lover as ever sighed upon a midnight pillow. But if thy love were ever like to mine, as sure I think did never man love so. How many actions most ridiculous hast thou been drawn to by thy fantasy?
Into 1,000 that I have forgotten.
Thou didst then there love so heartily. If thou rememberest not the slightest folly that ever love did make thee run into, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not sat as I do now, wearing thy hearer in thy mistress' praise, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not broke from company, abruptly as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe! Phoebe! Phoebe!
Searching of thy wound, I have by hard adventure found mine own.
And I mine. I remember when I was in love. I broke my sword upon a stone and bid him take that for coming a knight to Jake's smile. I remember the kissing of her battler and the cow's dung with her pretty chopped hands and milk. Yeah, I remember the wooing of a peas cod instead of her, from whom I took 2 cods and giving them her again said, with weeping tears, wear these for my sake. We that are true lovers run into strange capers. But as all is mortal in nature, so is all nature in love mortal in folly.
Oh, thou speakst with wiser than thou art ware of.
Nay, I shall ne'er be ware of mine own wit till I break my shins against it.
Jove, Jove, this shepherd's passion is much upon my fashion.
And mine, but it grows something stale with me.
I pray you, one of you, question yon man whether he for gold would give us any food. I faint almost to death.
Hurrah, you clown!
Peace, fool, he's not thy kinsman.
Who called?
Your betters, sir.
Else are they very wretched?
Now, peace, I say. Good even to thee, friend.
Unto you, gentle sir, unto you all.
I prithee, shepherd, if the love or gold can in this desert place buy entertainment, bring us where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here's a maid with travel much oppressed and faints for succor.
Fair sir, I pity her, and wish for her sake more than for mine own. My fortunes were more able to relieve her. But I am shepherd to another man, and do not share the fleeces that I graze. My master is of churlish disposition, and little recks to find the way to heaven by doing deeds of hospitality. Besides, his cot, his flocks, and bounds of feed are now all sale. And at our sheep cot now, by reason of his absence, there is nothing that you will feed on. But what is, come see, and in my voice most welcome shall you be.
What is he shall buy, fucking master?
That young swain that you saw yonder while that little cares for buying anything.
But I prithee, if it stand with honesty, buy thou the cottage pasture and the flock, and thou shalt have to pay for it of us.
And we will lend thy wages. I like this place, and would willingly waste my time in it.
Assuredly the thing is to be sold. Go with me. If you like upon report the soil, the profit, and this kind of life, I will your very faithful feeder be, and buy it with your gold, my son.
Who loves under the beetle tree? Who loves to lie? Who loves to lie with me? And turn is merry, turn is merry, no, upon sweet bird's throat. Come hither, come hither, come hither. Here shall we see Noel and me, on winter and rough, 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 rough weather.
More! More, I prithee, more.
It'll make you melancholy, Monsieur Jaques.
I thank you. More, I prithee, more. I can suck melancholy out of a song as a weasel sucks eggs. More, I prithee, more.
My voice is ragged. I know I cannot please you.
I do not desire you to please me, I do desire you to sing. Come more, another stanza, volume stanza.
What you will, Monsieur Jaques.
Nay, I care not for their names, they owe me nothing. Will you sing?
More at your request than to please myself.
Well then, if ever I thank any man, I thank you. That they call compliments is like the encounter of 2 dog apes. And when a man thanks me heartily, methinks I've given him a penny and he renders me the beggarly thanks. Come sing!
On the green wood.
And you that cannot, hold your mouth.
Well, I will end the song. Sirs, cover the while the Duke will drink under this tree.
He hath been all this day to look you, and I have been all this day to avoid him. He is too disputable for my company. I think of as many matters as he, but I give heaven thanks and make no boast of them. Come, war, come. Who doth ambition, who doth ambition shun, and loves to live, and loves to live in the sun. Seeking food, seeking peace, and pleased with what, and pleased with what he gets. Come hither, come hither, come hither. We shall be seen, no enemy, but winter and rough weather. I'll give you a verse to this note that I made yesterday in despite of my invention, and I'll sing it. Thus it goes. If it do come to pass that any man turn ass, leaving his wealth and ease, stubborn will to please, noch da may, doch da may, doch da may, here shall he see gross fools as he, and if he will come to me. What's that, Dogdame? It's a Greek invocation to call fools into a circle. I'll go sleep if I can, if I cannot. I'll rail against all the firstborn of Egypt. And I'll go seek the Duke. His banquet is prepared.
Dear master, I can go no further. Dying for food. Here lie I, and measure out my grave. My master.
Why? Harma. No greater heart in thee. Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. If this uncouth folly steal anything savage, I'll either be food for it or bring it food for thee. Thy conceit is nearer death than thy powers. For my sake, be comfortable. Hold death a while at the arm's end. I'll here be with thee presently. And if I bring thee not something to eat, I will give thee leave to die. But if thou diest before I come, thou art a mocker of my labor. Huh? It's well said. Thy looks cheery, and I'll be with thee quickly. Then thou liest in the bleak air. Come, I will bear thee to some shelter, and thou shalt not die for lack of a dinner if there live anything in this desert. Cheer, good Arden.
I think he be transformed into a beast, for I can nowhere find him as a man.
My lord, he is but even now gone hence. Here was he merry hearing of a song.
If he, compact of jars, grow musical, we shall have shortly discord in the spheres. Go seek him, tell him I would speak to them.
He saves my labor by his own approach.
How now, monsieur, what a life is this that your poor friends must woo your company? What? You look merrily.
A fool! A fool! I met a fool in the forest, a motley fool. As I do live by food, I met a fool who laid him down and basked him in the sun and railed on Lady Fortune in good terms, in good set terms, and yet a motley fool. But when a fool quoth I know, sir, quoth he, call me not fool till heaven hath sent me fortune. And then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking on it with lackluster eyes, said, how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago since it was 9, and after 1 hour more 'twill be 11, and so from hour to hour we ripe, and then from hour to hour we rot, and thereby hangs a tale. When I did hear a motley fool thus mutter on the time, my lungs began to crow like chanticleer that fools should be so deep contemplative. When I did laugh, sans intermission an hour by his dial. O noble fool, a worthy fool, motley's the only wear.
What fool was this?
One that hath been a courtier, and says if ladies be but young and fair, they have the gift to know it. And in his brain, which is as dry as the remainder biscuit after a voyage, he hath strange places crammed with observation, the which he vents in mangled form. Oh, that I were a fool! I'm ambitious for a motley coat.
Thou shalt have one.
'Tis my own issue. Provided that you weed your better judgments of all opinion that grows rank in them, that I am wise. I must have liberty with all, as large a charter as the wind to blow on whom I please, for so fools have. And they that are most galled with my folly, they most must laugh. And why so must they so? The why is plain as way to parish church. He that a fool doth very wisely hit, does very foolishly. Although he's smart, not to seem senseless of the bob. If not the wise man's folly is anatomized, even if the squandering glances the fool. Invest me in my motley. Give me leave to speak my mind, and I will through and through cleanse the foul body of the infected world, if they will patiently receive my medicine.
And thee, I can tell what thou wouldst do.
Why, what for a caution would I do by good?
Most mischievous foul sin in chiding sin, for thou thyself hast been a libertine, as sensual as the brutish thing itself, and all the embossed sores and headed evils that thou with license of free foot hast taught, wouldst thou disgorge into the general world.
Why, who cries out on pride that can therein tax any private party? Or what is he a basest function that says, his bravery is not on my cost, thinking I mean him, but therein suits his folly, the metal of my speech. There, there. Now then, what then? Let me see wherein my tongue hath wronged him. If it do him right, then he hath wronged himself. If he be free, why, then my taxing like a wild goose flies unclaimed. Whoever comes here.
Oh, there, and eat no more.
Why, I have eaten none yet.
Thou shalt not, till necessity be served.
What kind should this coffee come of?
Art thou thus boldened, man, by thy distress? Or else a rude despiser of good manners, that in civility thou seemest so empty?
You touched my veil at first. The thorny point of bare distress hath ta'en from me the show of smooth civility. Yet am I inland bred and no sun nurture. Yet for that I say, he dies that touches any of this fruit till I in my affairs are answered.
And you will not be answered with reason, I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force more than your force move us to gentleness.
I must die for food. And let me have it.
Sit down and feed and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently. Pardon me, I pray you. I thought that all things had been savage here, and therefore put I on the countenance of stern command. But whate'er you are, that in this desert inaccessible, under the shade of melancholy boughs, lose and neglect the creeping hours of time. If ever you have looked on better days, if ever been where bells have known to church, if ever sat at any good man's feast, if ever from your eyelids wiped a tear, and know what 'tis to pity, and be pitied, let gentleness, my strong
seen better days. And have with Holy Bell been known to church, and sat at good men's feasts, and wiped our eyes of drops that sacred pity hath engendered. Therefore sit you down in gentleness and take upon command what help we have, that to your wantings may be ministered.
Yes, but forbear your food a little while. Whilst like the doe I go to find my form, there is an old poor man who hath after me many a weary step lived in pure love, till he be first sufficed, oppressed with two weak evils, age and hunger. I will not touch a bit.
Go find him, and we will nothing waste till you return.
I thank ye, and be blessed for your good comfort.
Thou seest we are not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal theatre presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein we play.
For the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 ages. At first the infant mewling and puking in the nurse's arm. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face creeping like snail unwillingly to school. Then the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. And a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good cape on line, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered panther, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again towards childish treble pipes, whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans tea, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Welcome.
So had you need, I scarce can speak to thank you for myself.
Welcome. Fall to. I will not trouble you as yet to question you about your fortunes. Give us some music and good cousin, sing.
Not so unkind as man's
that thou wert the good Sir Rowland's son, as you have whispered faithfully you were. And as mine eye doth his effigy witness, most truly limbed and living in your face. Be truly welcome hither. I am the Duke that loved your father. The residue of your fortune go to my cave and tell me. Good old man, thou art right welcome as thy master is. Support him by the arm. Give me your hand, and let me all